What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. Spurs have just lost here by 3-2 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to the South London Nomads. 3-0 down at half-time. And I didn't even think we were the worst team at half-time, you know. I thought we were the ones in possession. We were the ones asking the questions. We didn't really ask too many serious questions, but at the end of the day, the goals that they did score, two set pieces that were really poorly defended, as we've had problems. Yeah, and as we've had problems with all season defending those set pieces, and a goal on the counter attack where I thought we should have had a penalty before that.
Yes.
So it's really frustrating.
It's hard to take on that front. I think the game probably played out exactly as Arsenal in that first half would have wanted it to play out. Clearly they set up very similarly to how they set up like against Man City. Quite pragmatic, only really playing on the counter, not looking to dominate possession. It's a kind of new kind of Arsenal we've seen this season, especially in big games in recent weeks, where they've got that defensive solidity, they've got that pragmatism about them, and they definitely showed that today. So you've got to give them credit, because I thought for all our half and puff they did defend very well. What I would say is I was very impressed with how we played with the ball. I thought we played some really nice football at times, some really good approach play. It's a similar story for how we've had a lot of the season against low blocks. Like, as soon as we get to the penalty area, we run out of ideas, especially when Son is in the number 9 in this kind of game. I think as soon as we saw how Arsenal was setting up, I think Arsenal sometimes set up in a different way. Earlier in the season when we played them, they set up in a very offensive way, pushed everyone up, pretty much leaving Saliba and Gabriel at the back up by themselves. Yeah. Didn't do that today. So I think once we saw how they were going to set up, I think Rishi had to come on at half-time and we had to ask a different kind of question of them. First half was very frustrating. Arsenal pretty much had 3 shots, well not even. They had 2 shots and scored 2 goals, essentially. Every corner they were looking threatening. I think they had 2 corners, 2 goals, I think, that first half. And then, as you say, the counter-attack is very frustrating because we could have easily had a penalty. I think Kulu is guilty of being too innocent. He stays on his feet.
There's Kulu and Maddison.
I haven't seen the Maddison one, but I think the Kulu one definitely gets clipped. He goes down, I think it's a penalty. I think he stays on his feet. He decides to stay on to try and make something of the situation. He stays on his feet. We don't get the decision. And then they literally go on from that attack to score. One thing I would say about the goal is from that goal, Davis versus Saka was clearly a massive mismatch. And it was a mismatch for the whole day. It was one of the things we were massively worried about.
To be fair, in that counter-attack though, Saka has 2 men on him and nobody could get the ball off him. That's the really annoying thing about it, but it shouldn't come down to that. The referee should be doing more than that, and I felt the referee was giving decisions to Arsenal all day long and hardly gave us a decision the whole day. And even that penalty that we did get, you know, it was a stonewall penalty. The ref is right there, and it has to go to VAR.
It was incredible. But what I would say is it's extremely frustrating that, you know, we've barely seen Arsenal in our half now, like in that first half. Yeah, we were 3-0 down. I couldn't quite believe the scoreline. What I would say is we only have ourselves to blame from how we defend set pieces, and we know that Arsenal are so strong from set pieces, and they showed that today, yet again, how strong they were, and that cost us. That was the big thing that cost us probably today, was like set pieces. What I would in second half, we were much better.
They had about 2 or 3 corners in that second half, and we defended them all right.
Vicario was punching a few of them. Saka did have that really big chance to make it 4-0. Obviously, Vicario said if it goes 4-0, that's an embarrassment. But then we nicked those 2 subs, the sooner Rishi come on. And I thought we really forced the issue in that last half an hour was to get the goal from a bad mistake from Raya. Romero slotted home. Romero seemed to be playing up front for the last half an hour, which was quite funny. And we put them under a lot of pressure. We got the penalty, we made it 3-2. And if that game went on for a bit longer, maybe we could have got that 3rd goal. Unfortunately, we seem to just run out of time. And Arsenal probably coming away with feeling that we just got to get out of here with 3 points at this point because they were under a lot of pressure. But I was proud of how we played. I was proud of how we approached the game. We were brave. We played our way. We struggled to really break them down. They defended very well, but we have to get credit for how we played a lot of the game, and I think we're on to the right thing, on for a big future. There's just a lot of things we need to sort out defensively from set pieces, and also going forward, we need to make sure we're finding different avenues to attack when teams are in the low block.
Yeah, look, Aaron just said it all along, you know, we don't have the attacking players to play the way he wants to play on a consistent basis, and I think you 100% saw that today, 100%. But having said that, I felt over the course of the 90 minutes, Spurs were the better team today. yes, Spurs' goals were kind of given to us, but I think we gave them their goals as well.
Yeah.
And the referee gave them their goals as well in terms of not giving them that penalty. And the referee's decisions, time and time again, absolutely annoyed the hell out of me. I was like, how's the ref not calling some of these decisions? Every decision, apart from the penalty from VAR, and that wasn't even the ref's decision, went Arsenal's way. I couldn't believe what I was seeing the majority of the time. We should have had another penalty, which would have cancelled out their goal, and that would have changed the whole course of the way the game went.
And also, first half, Romero hits the post, doesn't he? Romero,
Yeah.
and also the offside. We didn't talk about the offside.
Yeah.
Obviously, if that goes,
Minuscule.
If that goes our way at 1-0, we were on top at that point. If that goes our way, if it goes 1-1, I think it's a different game.
But I'm looking at that game today. I'm looking at the course of the 90 minutes. I'm not sitting there looking at it saying Arsenal are by far the better team.
No, I'm not. I don't think they were by far the better team. I think they got away with one a bit today.
100%.
And they should never have been 3-0 up. They should never have been 3-0 up in that game. And we were just unfortunate we didn't have enough time to claw it back. And I thought we did well enough to get back to 3-2. When you're 3-0 down against Arsenal, one of the best defensive sides in the league, that should be game over. The Funk made a game of it. They made it back to 3-2. We deserve credit for that. And it's just unfortunate the game state went against us on the day.
And I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. Look at Arsenal, yeah? Compared to Man City, the team that they're fighting for the title. Arsenal are a bloody glorified Bolton, relying on set pieces and playing 10 men behind the ball for the whole game. They should be ashamed of themselves. Going for the title, playing against a team like Tottenham that are so open at the back, playing 11 men behind the ball. Come on, guys. You guys are not fit to win the title this season, and that showed tonight. That really showed tonight. We were the better team over the course of 9 minutes. I don't care what anyone says.
That's how they've been playing for a lot of their away games. Very strong from set pieces. Very resolute defensively.
They could have had fucking Sam Allardyce as their manager today and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Would have been a similar performance. But it is what it is. You've got to take it on the chin. We ended up losing, and I think that, we have to blame the ref, have to blame our defending from set pieces. But I think on another day it could have easily gone differently.
Ange has to employ a set piece coach. We have to get a defensive set piece coach. How many times are we going to say it? Against Newcastle 2 weeks ago, the last time we played, we could have conceded about 5 set pieces that day.
Also, from what I've seen from their third goal, very similar to the Bagshilia one that got ruled out yesterday. There was a push in the back on Van der Ven, and Havertz goes and scores. So I don't understand why.
Where's the consistency?
There's no consistency. I thought Mike Oliver was always looking to give Arsenal decisions today. It was very, very frustrating. I think Ange, in terms of his subs, he got them right. I think he affected the game positively. Could have made them earlier. That's all I would have said. Maybe once you saw Arsenal how we were setting up, could have even made it in the first half. In terms of the starting lineup, obviously Højbjerg got hurt quite early. We didn't see him to have a great game.
I thought Kulusevski was impressive.
Was probably man of the match.
Yeah, Kulusevski was our best player today. The way he was able to hold on the ball, win the ball back consistently, and drive us up the pitch. I thought Kulusevski was probably our best player, and he needed that Kulusevski because he's been poor for a number of weeks now. And to get the nod in the North London derby, I do think Ange got it wrong in terms of starting Højbjerg today, but Kulusevski was the right call, and I thought, yeah, like you said, they're our best player today.
In terms of where it leaves us though for top 4, obviously that defeat, that means we're 7 points behind with 2 games in hand now, one of them being Thursday, so it's not completely done, but if we don't win on Thursday then I think we can say bye-bye to it, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. And to lose today is a kick in the teeth, but I still think after watching Arsenal's performance today, I don't think they win the league. I think Man City.
Yes, Man City drop points now, so
yeah.
hopefully Man City do the job against Forest and then continue to win. But it's going to set up an interesting dynamic because if Arsenal keep winning and so does City, it means that game in hand. If Arsenal win today, that means they'll be 1 point behind with the game in hand. That game in hand is at the Tottenham Stadium. So very, very interesting to see what that's going to be like if that is the case.
We're all going to be Man City fans that day, but look, it's ended 3-2 in favour of Arsenal, and now when you're looking at it, in terms of being here in Tottenham, it's 2-2 in terms of wins, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 defeats on the trot now.
2 defeats on the trot, so yeah, we went to Arsenal, we got a 2-2 draw, we lose 3-2 here. It's a very hard one to take, but I'll keep reiterating it. I don't think we deserve to lose today.
No,
I do think we were the better team, so that especially
from Arsenal's
is a
point of
hard
view,
one
they'll
to
say
take.
they were smarter, they defended resolutely, they got their set pieces, and that was the game plan essentially. So the game plan worked for them.
Glorified Sam Allardyce, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on,